So today's gonna be the video you guys have been asking for, my color grading the Nano, what I do, my process, all this sort of stuff. I also want to mess around with some of the color profiles because I haven't really used them yet, but I'm gonna do that in a realistic scenario for you guys because I got a couple things I need to do today, so I'm gonna bring you along and we'll talk about it. Let's go. This is one of the things I need to do though, is clean my barbecue. But first, I need to get more propane for it, so I'm gonna start with that. Not great. It's been sitting all winter. And now I'm just going to quickly go over the settings I have on the actual camera itself, so you kind of have an idea of what I'm using. And it's not that crazy. We're on 10-bit normal color profile. Exposure currently is still on auto and white balance is still on auto. But this is the big thing here. I set the auto ISO to this range. The reason for that is because I don't want it to get pixelated when it gets too dark. So that's kind of why I have it set at that range of that 100 to 1600. And then the last thing is having texture set to -2. That's like the digital sharpening kind of. So I turn that down. As you can see, it's nothing too crazy. Like I think most people that use these kind of action cameras all the time do the same thing where they turn down the digital sharpening, or in this case it's called texture, and then set an ISO range. The DJI cameras are nice for that because I do the same thing with the Pocket 3 where I don't allow it to go too high of an ISO, which then makes the image pixelated. So overall, nothing crazy. And I'm not using an ND filter. That's why I'm just on auto for everything else. But now I kind of want to mess around with some of these film tones. I haven't really used them yet. So we're going to jump into that now. All right, we're now on the first film tone. It's called CC. I'll have what it means up there. But I don't know. How's this look? We're trying it out, seeing how it looks. And then I'm going to throw on my little bit of sauce that I do. So right now. How's that look? Not bad? All right. Let's keep going. Okay, that's first stop out of the way. Now I got another stop, but I want to try another film tone first. So I'm going to switch over to the next one and see how it looks. All right, we're now on the second film tone, which is called NC, which I'll have what the full name is. So how are we looking on this one? All right. Okay, here we are. Barbecue has been cleaned, tested. I had a delicious lunch. But there's still 4 more film tones I want to check out, so I'm going to find a fun way of doing that. So bear with me on this. Okay, it's been a couple days. I've been trying to film this video for you guys, but all the different locations I had ideas for filming the other film tones, and they didn't work out. Yeah, it didn't work out. Yeah, I still got to do that for you, and I'll show you guys the little bit of spice that I put on these footage to make it look the way that I like. Let's just get those other film tones going. I'm curious to see what they look like because I haven't looked at the footage. I haven't had good footage, I should say, with them. So I'm very curious as well. All right, now we are on the film tone TR. I'll have what it is on the screen here in a driving scenario, so you get a bit of like different lighting and shadowing. So see how this looks. But yeah, I'm on my way to go just do some recycling, get that out of the way, and get these film tones shown off. I want to show them in a way that is like real world, not just like me sitting in a room. I want to kind of like have different lighting and different backdrops and colors and stuff like that to really get a good look at them. So I think this might be a good way of doing it. I caught this little kid because my car is a bit dirty right now, just from dirt road at work, and I haven't washed it yet. And he was putting finger marks. It's not the end of the world. I just told him don't do that because you can scratch paint, even though the car's wrapped. But it's more of this, he didn't know that he shouldn't do that. young kid, understandable, but still one of those things you're like, come on. Anyways, I'm gonna switch now to the next film tone. Yeah, let's do that now. All right, here we are. This is WT, warm tones, I guess is what it stands for. One thing I will say is the switching, unless I'm missing something, of course, switching the film tones on this little screen, like the way the touch the screen, all that is kind of annoying. Because like you'd think you just click on it and like you scroll and then just click the one you want, but when you click, it just jumps to the next one and doesn't go back. It's a thing. But anyways, this is warm tone. How do you look? Let's go for a little drive. I'm done this, what I need to do here, and next, what do I got to do next? There's something else I had to do, and I can't remember what it is now. It'll come back to me, but we'll figure it out. I always park in this area farther away from everyone because these parking stalls here are tiny, and I've had my door smacked by another door already, so I always park back there. Well, there's nothing new, except for actually these. I haven't seen this before, but I kind of already have like last year's version of it, so it's not that big a deal. And I already have the McLarens, so nothing new this time around. That's okay. Well, I was a swing and a miss on finding some cool Hot Wheels. That's okay. I didn't really need to spend the money right now. But I did remember the other thing I need to do, which I'm close to, is I gotta go to Canadian Tire, and I gotta get some more soap for my car, which is kind of the main reason why I haven't washed it yet. So I'm gonna do that next. All right, also too, now let's switch to the next film tone. So let's do that quickly. All right, here we are. This one is entitled FE. I'll have what it means. But yeah, all right, next one here. Let's make our way. Heading over to Canadian Tire, like I said. I know how to get myself more soap for the car. Parking lot's actually kind of packed today. And that guy right there, he's got the best parking spot because there's like a small sliver spot next to it for some reason, but you can like double park and it's not really like a jerk move, and then you don't have to worry about people hitting your door, which is kind of cool. But that guy's using it right now to change the tire. Any in stock. That's annoying. I'll have to go to a different Canadian Tire then. Maybe not today. Well, another swing and a miss. But still got to try out the film tone, right? Anyways, ooh, look at this. That's pretty cool. But yeah, anyways, time to get home, I guess. And then I got one more film tone for you guys. So yeah, let's skedaddle. All right, one more film tone to go. Let's switch over to that right now. All right, here we go. This is the last one called NV. Up here, what it is. What do you think? Not bad. So this video, yes, I'm showing you guys my color grading, but I'm also like, I wanted to kind of force myself with trying out all these film tones, because this is not something I normally would do, but like, it's interesting, and I want to try them out and see how they look and kind of push that. But with that, this video for me was actually quite hard to make, weirdly enough, just because this is not something I normally do. But what did you guys think of it? Did you enjoy it? Was it interesting? Have you made it this far? We'll see. Leave it in the comment. But yeah, this is the final film tone. What do you guys think? All right, we're at the part of I'm showing you now on the computer what it looks like to do my little secret sauce on all this kind of footage. All the Pocket 3, GoPro, this Nano, even drone stuff. I do this to all my footage that is on a small sensor or small form factor camera. I go into the curves. I do a very small S curve, like not a lot, and I bring up the blacks.
Bringing up the blacks, in my opinion, really makes a big difference on giving the footage a bit of a softer look, which takes away that digital look that these cameras usually suffer from. It's like the simplest thing ever, but I find it makes a huge difference. And you guys notice that I've gotten the comments saying how my footage looks good. And this is literally all I've been doing extra on top of just basic coloring and, cleaning the footage up. Like the film tones, I didn't do anything to them at all except for add this. And I think it makes a big difference. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Super simple. All right.
Now, my final thoughts on the film tones is they are neat, and it's cool that the camera does have them, especially if you're someone that is not familiar with color grading and whatnot. I just found that the exposures with the camera in auto was not the best. I found sometimes the footage was way too bright or the highlights were blown out. So overall, I don't know if I'll use them that much personally, because I also found that my coloring that I've done personally, I like how it looks, and so I don't see a need for the film tones for me personally. But that may change. Who knows? I might mess around with them again and find them very interesting. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys got what you needed for how I do my color grading. I believe I covered everything. If I missed anything, leave it in the comments, and I'll do my best to remedy that. But anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.